Yes, we're back, guys. We're back. We are back, guys. As you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board: Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Guys, make sure you follow. So very important for you guys to follow so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those watching us on Rumble and also X, and also two new additions to the KL Culture Radio family, TikTok, and also Bingo Live. Shout out to you guys for being here. We really do really appreciate you guys for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. Moving along. Go ahead, Jordan. What's happening, guys? What's happening? What's cracking like, guys? What is cracking like?
Hey man, I feel great, man. I cannot complain. It's a lovely Wednesday. We about to kill as always. So let's go. Let's get it. How you doing, Hakeem?
Hey, what's good, family? Just here, trying to make it.
Yeah, now we got, but shout out to those right now watching us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Rumble. We all over the board, man. I told you guys we're gonna be the biggest thing on the planet. So a lot of people right now on Bigo Live say, "Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, what's going on? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys want to follow us, be on Chaos Culture Radio on YouTube, Chaos Culture Radio on YouTube. And the same thing go for you guys right now watching us on TikTok. So we moving along to sports. Jordan, what's happening when it comes to the sports world? Shout out to Mimi, the first one in the building on the YouTube side of the family. But Jordan, what's going on when it comes to the aspect of sports, big dog?
Let's get it. So you guys know that Stephon Diggs of the New England Patriots, he went viral over the weekend with his girlfriend Cardi B of him with surrounding a bunch of women, and he had a bunch of substance. He had a piece of substance that he passed on to a lot of women. Now, for viral that the New England Patriots had looked at it, and the head coach Mike Vrabel, he said he's aware of it and everything. And remember, guys, Stephon Diggs has signed a 3-year deal. I think it's like $60 or $70 and also, and the thing is, it's like he had an injury last year too, so he's right now he should be ready. He has OTAs this week, so he should be there. And with this going out, that has the New England Patriots thinking that maybe they won't keep him, and then it's a possibility that he might get cut by the time. So go ahead, I can't play the Stephon Diggs clip. Put it on mute because there's music. We won't get copyright, and then after that, play the Mike Vrabel's slide back to Mike Vrabel's. He'll talk about it.
No, but with that clip too, they're not showing the whole thing because Carly B was there too with him. It was just not him by himself.
Exactly.
So that one is not because I think Carly B was twerking, if I'm not mistaken.
We want to make great decisions on and off the field. We're hoping that with our time here on the field today, and that when we don't have a script and we're on the call-up periods, that we're making great decisions. And so the message will be the same for all our players, that we're trying to make great decisions, and any conversations that I've had with Stephon will remain between him and I and the club. Again, everything that we're going to do, Karen, is we're going to coach the guys that show up at 8. The ones that say, hey, I got a situation, we'll be here at 8:05. We'll coach those as well. This is a voluntary part of our off-season program. And every player that's not here, which there aren't many, have been in communication with me and their position coaches. Well, it's something.
So that was the head coach, the New England Patriots, Mike Vrabel. He just got the head coaching guy. He's a new head coach. He recently coached at Tennessee, so he's a really good coach. He's a hard nosed type of coach, but also with with the New England Patriots and it's a possibility that he might. He's not saying he, but since he has a contract and everything, and he also suffered an injury. There's a possibility if he keeps doing stuff like that he might get cut. So start with you, Roddy. Do you feel like the Patriots should put some discipline on them, or it's just what it is. What it is. He's having fun type of video.
But to me, it doesn't make sense for him to try to get cut. He didn't even do anything wrong. He's out right now. It's off season. He have the right to go ahead and party. He's partying around with great people all around him. So I don't know what is the big issues about him trying to get New England Patriots tripping by him getting cut just for him partying. Not only that, but Jordan, me and you already stated that Carly B was with him. They was just having a good time. I believe they was in Miami, if I believe so. So to me, I think New England Patriots they overdoing it too much. It's off season. Let these guys go ahead and have fun. The season's about to get ready to start in September. So to me, go ahead, let them do their thing. Go ahead, I keep your take.
I think that the New England Patriots need to mind their business. Like, what if that was Tom's? What if that was Tom's? You don't know what was in that stuff. It was blurred out anyway. I think that the NFL organization wants to be people's daddies and mommies. Yeah, you pay us millions of dollars, but you treat us like paid slaves on the field. I'm saying, like, there has to be a difference. You need to leave people alone and allow them to do their own thing. I can understand if it's going to mess up the image of the NFL, but he's on the party. I don't think he'll be that stupid to jeopardize millions of dollars for a pink bag of Tums.
When it comes to this video, I saw the video. I thought nothing but about it. I also saw the video with him, Cardi B, having fun and everything, and seeing it with the pink stuff is we don't know what it is. And I'm pretty sure Stephon Diggs did tell the head coach what it was and everything. I don't know why this went viral for. To me, this is not a big deal. Stephon Diggs, he's been in the NFL for a long time. He's a seasoned vet. He's been in his past. He's been one of the top 5, top 10 receivers. In the past 5 years, he put him in the top 10 and everything. So this situation is cool. It's OTA week for most teams in the NFL. So they go up, get their training and everything. But to me, this is really nothing. The new Patriots, they won. They signed to a pretty big contract and everything. Stay with them for the next 3 years and everything. So hopefully, I want to see Stephon Diggs return in a football field, because remember last year he did suffer the ACL injury while he was in Houston, Texas. So for him, he knows what to do. He's a seasoned best. He know how to recover and all that type of things. But yeah, either than that, I see this why was a big deal was. To me, he was just having fun with his girlfriend in Miami, and that's it. I don't know why this went viral for him.
Because it's Stephon Diggs and it's Carly B. Remember, Carly B still having a situation when it comes with Offset. That's all. And to me, in the NFL should mind their business. He's not doing anything wrong. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board, Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Shout out to those watching us on Rumble and also X, and also our new addition to KL Culture Radio family, TikTok, and also Bingo Live. Right now, we got close to 80 people watching us right now on Bingo Live, which is our first launch today. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let us know if the audio is working good over there on Bingo Live. Let us know. So moving along to money. Money make the world go round. Money makes our pockets fat. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of financial news?
Let's get into it. So we're gonna talk about when it comes to you guys being unemployed, or if you get a severance because the jobs might be cutting jobs and everything, and how we're gonna get in details of how if you're unemployed, you get unemployment or severance, how it could have some type of tax implications when you go file for taxes. So we do have a clip for Yahoo Finances, so go ahead, play the clip, and then after that we'll chop it up.
Week on Wealth, we're helping you budget for burnout, walking you through the financial impact if you quit your job or are unexpectedly laid off. Today, we're focusing on the impact to your taxes. Joining me now, we've got Mark Stieber, who is the Jackson Hewitt Tax Service Chief Tax Information Officer. Mark, good to see you again. I want to go through some different scenarios and the tax implications for each of them. And perhaps we can start with unemployment benefits. If you are laid off and start receiving benefits, what does that mean for your taxes?
Well, first thing you need to know is you're not alone. The IRS receives tens of millions of these on tax returns each year. But it's important to remember unemployment benefits, even though you're in a financial crunch time, that's going to be fully taxable at tax time. And not only is it taxable, you're probably going to get a 1099-G for government payments. So you can't really leave it off your tax return without some risk. So just know that either short term or long term, unemployment benefits are taxable for federal, and it varies from state to state. So don't get surprised by that. Plan for it and budget for it accordingly.
Now, what about taxes on severance pay? Say you and your employer, you go separate ways, whether decidedly and in many cases it's undecidedly. How do you make sure you go about that effectively?
Yeah, severance pay is particularly sticky. As it's called pay, it is also, without much surprise, taxable. Now, what catches people off guard is sometimes those packages are big to medium to even small, but it's all taxable, and you generally do have taxes withheld on that. Unlike unemployment benefits, where you have to opt in to have your withholdings on those payments, and many people do not. The problem with your severance package is not only is it taxable, not only is it just going to go on your tax return, generally they don't necessarily withhold enough, especially if it's a larger package and pushes you into a higher bracket at tax time. You may be underpaid there as well for a double whammy when it comes to tax time on unemployment and severance pay, all taxable. You may not have had any tax withheld on your unemployment, and the amount you had withheld on your severance might not have been enough to compensate for the new rate that you're in, because it's all ballooned into 1 year. So that's why it's critical that you do a mid-year checkup and all throughout the year when you have one of these big life changes like unemployment, short-term or even longer term.
So let's say you lose your job and then start a side hustle to make some extra cash. How do the taxes work there?
Yeah, that's the triple whammy. If you're making income, and that's why it's important to talk to a tax pro, even side hustle, short term, long term, large amount, small amount, that's generally going to be taxable on your net income. And not only that, if you're getting paid through those third-party payment apps like PayPal and so forth, you're going to get another $1099K if it's over a small amount like $2,500. And so is the IRS. So you can't hide from that either. So again, it'll be important that you budget. It'll be important you set monies aside for your taxes for unemployment, severance pay, and that side hustle net income. But the good news is there's a lot of deductions available, and we saw this during the pandemic for those 10, 20, 30, 40 million people, even with jobs, especially those without, that do have side hustles. A lot of deductions, a lot of tax breaks, a lot of things you can do to offset that income. Don't overlook those and leave them off, because the IRS is not going to come around and say, here's some benefits. They are going to come around and say, hey, you didn't put this income on your tax return. You owe money, and that's usually at the worst time.
So let's say you were laid off and then you find a new job, but the company is based in a different state. What do people need to know about the tax implications there?
Yeah, that's a great question, and one that often catches people off guard. You owe federal taxes on all income during the year, and we talked about those. But generally, you owe income in the state where you earn the money. Now, a lot of things have changed since the pandemic, but where you earn it, where your employer has direction and control, is generally going to be where you owe it, whether you're there or not. But what catches people off guard, if you're in one city like New York and you owe state taxes there, you get laid off, you move across the river to New Jersey, now you're going to owe New York monies on the New York earnings, and then New Jersey on the New Jersey earnings. Even if you're living in New Jersey now, you still might owe in that prior state. So if you have a life change, like laid off, or even if you don't, and when you move to a different state for a job, you need to pay attention to those state tax implications, because states are very, very money hungry, and they've gotten very good at tracking you, even if you've left the state.
Yeah, I know athletes know that all too well with some of the earnings that come in from competitive events in different states. All right, we got to leave things there. Mark, would love to continue this conversation. Very valuable insights.
Great to be.
So that's some wonderful information about how they talk about when it comes to your unemployment, severance, and also if you move to a different state, how you might owe taxes in certain states. If you stay there and move to another state, you probably owe a couple taxes. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take about this information they gave us?
I don't like the aspect of the fact that for example, if I'm in the state of Florida and I decide to move to another state like Texas or Mississippi, I still got to owe taxes for the state of Florida. To me, that don't make any sense. To me, it should be like, okay, if I'm in the state of Florida, I should owe taxes in the state of Florida. If I'm in Texas, I should owe taxes in the state of Texas. If I'm in Mississippi, I should owe taxes for Mississippi. I should not be able to still owe, even though I no longer live in that current state. I think that's something in the law they probably have to change and fix, because that make more logical sense. And now that it's going to allow more people to be able to hustle, to make more side money, So, because I think a lot of people are afraid of knowing that they may be able to hold tax for another state that they're not currently living in anymore. So that kind of will hurt a lot of people. But I think right now, as an American people, don't give up. Continue to work hard, continue to grind, and continue to hustle. It's part of our nature. We are Americans. We make money. The favorite color in America is green and only green. Go right ahead, Akeem.
Yeah, man. I look at it from this point. Like, I've never received a severance package, and I've been let go from a job, maybe due to layoffs and stuff like that. So it was interesting to see that. But I do tell people I wouldn't always depend on the severance package. Make sure you have a nest egg put up. Make sure you're saving. Make sure your finances are in order. Make sure you do a financial analysis, budgeting, and you're investing so you can pull from this at the time of need. It's not how much you make; it's what you do with your money. You know what I mean? And it's not like you said. It's all about how much you save and being prepared. That's the only best thing about it.
Hakeem, you make a great point because when it comes to a lot of you see a lot of these jobs are cutting down, like with the UPS. They cut down a lot of jobs. You just never know when hey, there's some. I mean, what was that, hey, Ronnie? What was that place when I used to work at Whole Foods? It was called Press, and you remember they was there for like a good year or so.
Correct.
It wasn't there no more.
Correct.
And what I'm trying to say is like you like some jobs they don't have the money to give severance pay like that. So when you see jobs cutting down and everything, you might get a severance pay, you might not. You might get unemployment, you might not. It's important that not to really rely on that best job, find the best job you can possibly because in some states from unemployment you probably get at the most 60% of the mess that you got paid before. So and also you have to it gets taxed out as well when it comes to the severance and also unemployment. So it's very important, if you lose a job, make sure you have the right money to save, and just because anything can happen. But I want to go back to what Ronnie was saying about the move tax. We owe taxes and everything. If you move to a different state, I'm with you on that 100%. I feel like when it comes to you move to a different state, I think you need maybe the state maybe send you a letter about leaving the state, or you send a letter to the state and say, hey, I'm leaving the state, so I won't be paying any taxes and everything. Because if that's the case, let's say I move to California, move back to Michigan, I owe taxes, California that I don't know about. There are some states will put a tax lien on you, and either they'll take it out your paycheck, which is unlikely. That might be federal, but it's most likely they'll try to take out your tax refund if you file taxes from, let's say I'm in Michigan, but I'm still filing for California and everything. There's a possibility that if you owe taxes from the state, they will put state lien on you, and most likely they'll take it from your tax refund.
No, I agree. That's what I say. America got to do better when it comes to certain things, and that when it comes to certain aspect of that, we should not be able to pay taxes for another state that we currently not living in anymore. Shout out to everybody that's watching us. Make sure y'all guys like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board: Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Guys, make sure you follow. So very important for you guys to follow, so y'all never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those watching us on Rumble and also X, and also a new addition to Chaos Culture Radio family, TikTok, and also Bingo Live. We also got close to 70 people right now watching us on Bingo Live, man. Shout out to you guys, man. That's our first live. Today is our first live on Bingo Live. We already got 70 people watching us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really do greatly appreciate you guys. Moving along to hip hop. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of hip hop news?
Let's talk about rapper Kevin Gates. So Kevin Gates, he was on Paul Pierce podcast, and he went viral talking about the hypocrites of outrage within the black community over white on black versus black on black violence. So we do have a clip. So go ahead, King, play the clip from Kevin Gates talking about it.
And I have a shout out to the lovely Bobby Bryant and also Abby Wody that's in the building.
You can't judge me off a scale that we not the same thing.
Come on.
I'm carbon based.
Come on.
This shit different than ammonia based. It's genetically different. You can say what you want to, but what work for you don't work for me.
I love that. I live by that. I feel that.
So somebody that can't go in the sun without sunscreen, man, your opinion don't even matter to me, man. God don't even fuck with you that much, bitch. Your opinion don't matter to me.
Come on now.
Like, I'm just saying, like, people be caring about being liked. I don't give a fuck who don't like me. Like, when they talk to Black Lives Matter, I say, man, I don't really care for niggas like that. I don't care to be around them. Because there's always some bullshit. Well, I'm going to go back to the black community. Hey, good luck. Good luck. Why you ain't done none? Because you don't want that kind of pressure that's going to get applied.
Right. Man.
Because we kill each other all day, talk about each other behind each other back, any family get together and we gossiping in the kitchen. Nigga, you just seen me outside and you can't judge me off a scale that went in the kitchen and decided to turn into a bitch ass nigga when you went in the kitchen. Yeah, Gates, he really think. Come on, man, that's all we do. When you look at my comments, the people saying negative shit be niggas. The Black Lives Matter movement, they got mad at me. They said, I told them, hey, listen, I wasn't made for everybody to like.
That's real.
I told them, you know what's worse than a nigga? They was like, what, another one?
Ooh, damn.
We kill each other all day. The song, I'll fuck your bitch, I'll kill you, bust your head, you know, and then we talk about each other behind each other back, and then soon as a white person kill one of us, y'all should have left him, y'all should have let him live. Why? So we could kill him. That's all.
Damn, that's deep.
Be jumping up and down, hollering, talking about that Black Lives Matter. Who do they matter to? Even the songs you listen to, you ready to hear about a nigga talking about he gonna split a nigga shit? Cause I like that type of shit too now. I like in the kitchen and they like to hear a nigga get their top popped in a song. I do. I'm being honest. But I don't really too much like, if I be wrong, niggas, my antennas go up.
You be feeling away.
No, it's just cause of where I've been at. It's because I grew up in them environments.
Yeah, for sure. No, that makes sense. I get it. Yeah. Well, I will say this.
Where it happened at the club? You at the club, there were a bunch of niggas.
Where I grew up.
This what it go down.
Where I grew up at. Shots waking up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, so why would I put myself in that situation? Anywhere I gotta be and have a gun, hey, I don't need to be there. God bless me.
Right.
Now, if you don't feel like God bless me, that's cool. But look at my situation and your situation. God bless me, homie.
100%.
I ain't stupid. I know what's up. I like to hear a nigga get their top popped in a song. I do. I'm being honest. But I don't really too much like, if I be wrong, niggas, my antennas go up.
You be feeling away.
No, it's just because of where I've been at. It's because I grew up in them environments.
For sure. No, that makes sense. I get it. Yeah. Well, I will say this.
Where it happened at the club? You at the club, there were a bunch of niggas.
Where I grew up.
This what it go down.
It's the same thing repeating itself. What?
So there you have it. That was Kevin Gates explaining about, you know, what he experienced and what his you know, what's on his mind about the issues in our Black community. But I do want to hear from you, Hakeem, because, you know, this kind of goes towards you in a way. So if you don't mind, I'd like to go first.
Sometimes we just can't listen to everybody.
Hakeem, you muted. You muted on Chaos side, YouTube.
Sometimes we can't listen to everybody, Jordan. And I thank you for answering this. I don't know if he actually reads the statistics, the actual statistics as far as black on black crime. Like, it's like per capita, white folks kill each other more. There's more of them here. So when we start breaking down on cities and range and stuff like that, there's nuances to this. So when I hear that, that's just a person who just don't like being black.
I disagree.
You could, no problem, and I agree with you. But there's all these how can I play, like him, Charleston White, all these guys play quasi games with words to try to sound articulate, but they don't know what the facts behind that. Some people have narratives to promote when it's not even that. Go ahead.
No, I disagree with you because at the same time, if you do look at the stat, yes, it's white on white crime. It is hard because they are majority of the black population. But yeah, we do reports over here numerous of times of black people deleting each other over and over again, especially when it comes to the aspect of women, children, and also grandmothers. There's a problem that being plagued in our community and it needs to stop. We've been fighting for this IQ for how many years now in Jordan? Over 50 years. We've been doing marches and protests and say, okay, we need to stop the violence in the black community, but yeah, violence still occurs. Now, at the same time, when it comes to Kevin Gates, he's the one that's creating some of the music. So that's the only thing I didn't understand that. Even though he don't do the same music like he used to back in the days, but if you listen to some of his songs, he used to do the same thing, promoting violence in the black community. I'm not gonna put no shades to him. He did. So for us to get better as people, I think the first thing, like the honorable Martin Luther King, not Martin Luther King, honorable Malcolm X always say that we gotta love ourselves. Until we start loving ourselves, then we'll see change in our community. Until then, Hakeem and Jordan will still continue to see high violent crime, deadly crime when it comes to aspect of the black community. It's never gonna change. Go ahead.
Now this been being in this earth for 34 years, and being around certain cities and everything, and and how what Kevin Gates is coming from, just the experience he's seen or experience that me, Hakeem, Ronnie sees. Okay, I get what he's saying like that, but just being around, majority of a lot of black people in different cities like that, and being around certain areas like that, I don't, especially here in Los Angeles, people, I don't have that feeling. I've been down south central a bunch of times, a bunch of black peoples. Some of them are gangsters and everything, and it's just like I get like a good, respectable vibe, and to me it's like, if I was younger, Jordan 20 years old, if I would say, black people does this, absolutely. But this would be around so many black people in my life right now, being in certain situations. We're not just about black on black bias or anything like that. We we're together. We like probably the most fun group to be around. White people sometimes I see white people won't be in our group, Asians won't be in our group and everything like that. When it comes to majority of black people I see and everything, do we have a problem? Yes. But to me, it's I don't think it's it's not talking enough of how when we're around good black people, who saying it's my side when I think about Robinson, all that type of stuff. It's a good vibe like that. And I see too much of that. It's like, we look at the black community. It's not just, black on black crime, drink, smoke, abusive and everything. We're more than just that. And I just see so much, especially here, I just see so much of that and everything that, I don't want us to be labeled like, black people do, we're the worst and everything and certain things, which we're not. If you look at certain statistics, though, there's, especially, and also here in LA, mostly there's a 50% of Mexicans, there's a lot more crimes I see from Mexicans, maybe because it's more of the percentage they live here than I see white and white kind of black and black crime, something like that. So when you in different geographics and everything, it's just, the numbers are the numbers and everything, but when you go, in different types of cities, we go to Detroit, Miami, Atlanta, Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, there's like I said, there might be some high crime or black. There might be some high crime or black people, black crime, but there are also some cities that's very low crime like that, and they don't really push the narrative like that because what gets the views, black or black crime, it's always well. But if you saw some of the good deeds about black people, you won't get a view whatsoever, especially on TikTok or Instagram. It doesn't get the views.
Facts. That's what I said. It's promoted. They want us to destroy ourselves. Go ahead.
So I want to note this because I think that this is why I think that there needs to be more professional people to talk about this because
I agree.
He's an entertainer. So there's something I want to stress. Now, crime is just not only about just race. There's multi-layered situations to it. A lot of it has to do with structural, socioeconomics, environmental flows. And you got to understand, when they talk about black on black crime, Jordan mentioned something about geographic. There's things called geographic segregation. And sometimes when they take a stat of a city and they say this city averaged 500 unalivings. Now, if this 500 unalivings, are they including all black, white, Hispanic, interracial, all that bundles all into one. So this is why people have to understand you got to go to the CDC and look at statistics and actually look at data. And media plays an influence on often misconstruing how crimes are presented. There's misconception about race and crime all the time.
I want to add this too, Hakeem. You know, and a lot of these, you did make the right point to go to the CDC because there are some local or even national news will take they have the information of what they have in the CDC, but they kind of put it into the narrative of like, hey, look at this number, tweet this number, and everything. It's like sometimes when you see, let's just say, black crime when it comes to murders is lower than the white thing, but when it comes to like domestic violence, which they will put in there, they might pump that up and show how black people are the most abusive compared to if you look at in a violence, but you look at the white people, they might be murdering more, but it comes to more physical violence than black people. And they'll kind of switch the narrative and say, hey, black people are still doing this, they're still doing that, and they won't. And like I said, it's not promoted like that, like it should. I'll see how good black people are doing.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to Abby. He also say this, the type of music that get them in the door, which is also true, which is the drill rapping, the toxicity when it comes to aspect of the black community. That also true. And he also said, you got to remember, he has a southern state of thinking, which is also true, Abby. Good point. That is true as well. But to me, I don't like the fact when artists like him, Little Durk, and all these other guys are trying to say, we need to do good in the black community, but yet you still polluting the community when you play certain music, and not that when you also promoting certain music within the community. If you expect things to change, you need to be like a Kendrick Lamar. Start doing conscious music. Go ahead. Of course, Jordan, we move to the main topic on today's show. Jordan, what's going on the Diddy trial? Did he get a mistrial?
Yes. So today he filed for a motion for a mistrial today because of yesterday of how Diddy's ex-assistant Capricorn has testified, and it really, if you guys listen to like some podcasts that was there that break it down, or reading the thread of how it's going down, it definitely favored more of the prosecutor side from yesterday of how Capricorn was playing, and the life living with Diddy when it comes to him being filed with the charges and everything. And then also today on the witness stand, they interview a LA PD officer at the time when Diddy was at Kid Cudi in the Cassie situation as well. So he was also being interviewed today. So basically from yesterday for today, it's really break it down how Diddy is some type of monster going by Capricorn. Diddy's ex-assistant Capricorn, and how she was talking about it and everything. And also today's interview testified with the LAPD officer of kind of making Diddy more of a monster because, he tried to beat up Kid Cudi and started to set his car on fire. So other than that, Hakeem played a clip of him trying to do a mistrial, and nothing that would chop it up.
We're following breaking news right now out of New York City, where the judge in Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking case just denied a motion for a mistrial. Combs' legal team accused prosecutors of misconduct over the implication that the music mogul might have destroyed fingerprint evidence. Combs is currently facing multiple charges, including sex trafficking and racketeering. He has pleaded not guilty and has denied the allegations against him. NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Malas is live outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Chloe, you've been following this case really since before it was even just bubbling up amongst your sources. Tell us more, though, about this most recent push for a mistrial. Why did the judge, he shot it down really quickly.
Morgan, it was this explosive moment in the courtroom. So what was happening is that on the stand was this
firefighter for the Los Angeles Fire Department, and he was one of the first individuals on the scene after that Molotov cocktail destroyed the inside of Kid Cudi's Porsche. We heard Kid Cudi on the stand talk about this explosion in his car last week, and now we were hearing from both the LAPD and the LAFD about their investigation and what they found on the scene. But during this line of questioning from New York prosecutors, they kept asking him about some fingerprints that had been destroyed, not at his directive, that these fingerprints had been found at Kid Cudi's home during a break-in a few weeks before, and Kid Cudi had testified that he felt like Combs and his team were behind that break-in of his home right around Christmas time. The fingerprints were collected, they were turned over to the LAFD, they were cataloged into evidence, but then they were destroyed. And so this line of questioning was going on, and you heard an objection from one of Combs's criminal defense attorneys, and then they actually moved the jury, dismissed them out of the courtroom, and there was a showdown between Combs's criminal defense team, the judge, and the New York prosecutors. And I want to just read you a little bit about what Alexandra Shapiro, one of Combs's attorneys, what she said. So these are from my notes of me in the courtroom because I just have a notepad. And she said, "There is no way to unring this bell. It's outrageous prejudice that has been caused, meaning that the jury, even if they move to strike that testimony, Morgan, they can never unhear this sort of inference that Combs may have destroyed evidence." Now, prosecutors, neither did the investigator from the Los Angeles Fire Department. They never said that Combs destroyed any evidence or had anything to do with it. But the line of questioning really made it seem to everybody in the courtroom, it seems, that maybe Combs had something to do with it. So again, the judge, he shot it down, but he did bring the jury back in, Morgan, and instructed them to disregard any of that testimony from the investigator whose name is Jimenez. And so it was this moment that lasted for about 10 minutes or so, and it was very heated.
All right, Chloe Melas, they're outside that courthouse where everything is happening, that explosive moment happening just behind you in those doors. Chloe Melas, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top.
Yeah, so the last couple of days, I was looking at the prosecutors. They came out, kind of really strong this week, coming out and everything. And it kind of made the defense team kind of, do a mistrial, but the judge declined that. And so right now it's very interesting right now when it comes to how the prosecutor are, you can feel like it's heavy on the prosecutor side the way of how they defended Diddy when it comes to these charges. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take when the Diddy trial the last couple of days?
No, here's the thing. When it comes to aspect of the Diddy trial, I don't understand why. I'm still trying to understand when it comes to aspect of the court system. But for the judge to not be able to allow this to be a mistrial, because the simple fact is the prosecutor are making up a lot of lies about Diddy when it comes to him trying to destroy evidence. They don't have no proof of that. They're going by speculation. So I don't know if the judge should go ahead and grant it. And I keep stating once again what this had to do with anything when it comes to racketeering and trafficking. They still have not proven that case at all. I think this is prolonging this. I don't know what's the reason for them to prolong this case. I think this is going to be an ongoing a waste of time. I think everybody are now starting to believe Diddy as a free man. Pretty soon, like I keep telling you, and Hakeem, and Jordan, that's why I keep telling you guys, I truly believe Diddy's going to win this case, and he's going to win big. And right after he's done winning this case, he's going to come out with a lot of lawsuits, and also with the judge too as well. Go right ahead, Hakeem.
I'm gonna agree with you. I've steady be arguing with my brother, from Boston, not BF Sosa. He be telling me like he say I'm crazy for thinking that he's going to beat this case. But I'm just saying they still haven't proved. A lot of these things are hearsay. We need substantial evidence. Baby oil and sex tapes are not substantial. You know what I mean? Like that just shows he's a freak off master. But we'll see.
So I'm gonna break it down like this, fellas. When it comes to what I just said a little earlier about the prosecutors, it's leaning towards them a little bit because they're having a strong week. But the last 2 weeks they've been weak. Diddy's defense team is really it's good. He has like an all-star type of team.
Yep.
And there's 1 week I should feel this way. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, because how good Diddy's defense team be crossing seventh at the all the people that testified and prosecutor broke out and everything. And right now, it's, even though I think prosecutors are doing a good job this week, they should have did that in week 1. They should have done it in week 1. And to me, I'm just very surprised. Like, these to me, I expected, these lawyers that the defense have, I thought they was gonna be top notch and everything. Like, they go start strong, and Diddy's attorneys gonna have to be battling. But I don't feel like that. I feel like Diddy's team the past 2 weeks has been on their side, and it looks like, right now it could be 50-50 because prosecutors are doing good, breaking in Capricorn, which really, because he was been with Diddy. I think she started with Diddy in 2005, 2006, and she really knows, be around Diddy, be around Cassie, Kim Porter. She sees those type of things to say, hey, my time with Diddy, he did this and everything, and now the process. People are thinking, like, the jury might be thinking, okay, maybe Diddy is a monster, maybe he did do all these things. But however, to me, it's right now to favor. It's still Diddy's attorney, because they doing a good job of cross-examining people, and so right now, yeah, man, it's something right now. It's something, and I think right now Diddy, he can still win. I don't know how, but he still win because he has an all-star type of defense team.
Facts, and he will win. He will win, and he's gonna come back on a rampage, like the show on what Empire. Pretty much, that's what he's gonna be. He's the modern day Empire. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Shout out to everybody who's watching us all across the board: Facebook, Instagram, Kick, Twitch, Rumble, X, Bingo Live, and also TikTok. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, man. We really do greatly appreciate you guys. We see some faces in the building. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Jordan, what's going on with Donald Trump? He pardoned some people today?
Yeah, so I don't know, it's a breaking news to you guys, but he had a pardon. He had a list of people that he pardoned. He has pardoned NBA YoungBoy, because I think he was on federal house arrest. He pardoned that. He pardoned the gangster Larry Hoover.
They don't let the GDs in the dope.
That was shocking.
They don't let the GDs in the dope.
And also
they don't let
the list that he's a former in New York rep, Michael Graham. He's pardoned, and also Todd and Julie Chelsea. If you know guys, when they are reality TV stars.
Correct. That's big.
They got charged for fraud and everything. They was for a long time, but Donald Trump pardoned them, and they will be out soon. So I can go ahead and play the clip from Inside Edition, and after that we'll chop it up.
They're heading home. Big reaction today to the news that President Trump was pardoning Todd and Julie Chrisley, the stars of the reality show Chrisley Knows Best. The couple has been behind bars for 2 years after being convicted of defrauding banks of tens of millions of dollars. Now, after their lawyers and family worked with the White House, the Chrisleys are being set free.
The Chrisleys are free, but their pardon is sparking outrage today.
Thank you, President Trump. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The stunning news was applauded by their daughter, Savannah.
I still don't believe it's real. I'm freaking out.
She says she got the call from Trump out of the blue while shopping at her local Sam's Club. The White House posted this video of the moment from the Oval Office.
Your parents are going to be free and clean. Give them my regards and wish them a good life.
The Chrisleys found fame as reality stars, enjoying a lavish lifestyle in Georgia. But prosecutors say it was all paid for with $30 million in fraudulent bank loans. A judge called them career swindlers. Julie got 7 years in prison. Todd was sentenced to 12 years.
It is so disgustingly filthy.
Todd bitterly complained about the conditions at his prison camp in Pensacola, and their daughter Savannah campaigned relentlessly for their release. She spoke at the Republican National Convention, claiming her parents were the real victims.
Due to our public profile and conservative beliefs, They accused my parents of fraud.
All of this feels to you like it was targeted.
And just last week, she appeared on Trump's daughter-in-law, Laura's Fox News show.
They referred to us as the Trumps of the South at trial.
Now, the Chrisleys are free, and some are crying foul.
This is not normal. This is not honest. This is not ethical. Basically, there is a huge for sale sign on the lawn of the White House.
But Savannah Chrisley sees no issue with her parents' pardon.
I have never been so grateful for anything in my entire life. As you see, I've got my hat on. I'm just ecstatic.
The Chrisley's pardon comes the same week the president pardoned a convicted tax evader who also happens to be the son of a major Trump donor, and a MAGA sheriff jailed for accepting bribes.
So Donald Trump, he is pardoning a lot of people, and so early. Usually you do it, towards the end of his term. So Ronnie, man, what's up with Trump? I pardon these people.
You, baby.
He's going down in history as one of the greatest presidents of all time. He's trying to be in the history book, guys. So he's pardoning all these legendary people so people can love him and praise him and wear the MAGA hat. Let's make America great again. Now, when it comes to the aspect of Larry Hoover, I didn't understand that one. Larry Hoover was a huge convicted felon. Been in the streets for a very long time. Did a lot of violent crime, but yeah, he's free. NBA YoungBoy, that one it was okay, but a lot of people are really upset at the fact that he did not let Little Dirk get pardoned, and also Tory Lanez. So everybody was wondering why he didn't pardon them. So Hakeem and Jordan, at the end of the day, Trump is doing whatever he wants, and he need to be ridiculed for that. I think he made a lot of bad decisions on this one. Some of them people were supposed to be in jail for the rest of their life. I don't understand why he's doing it now. Go right ahead. You muted Hakeem on YouTube.
This thing is like a roll of a dice, man. You don't know what this man gonna do. But I am shocked with the Larry Hoover. Larry's almost out of here. He's almost out of here. So it just makes sense to let him go. You know what I mean? Like he can't go work. He can't go do nothing. Like he's just gonna be a granddad. And mind you, so I like the fact that he let him go. There is more political prisoners in jail that needs to be released. That's been there for decades, since the 60s. I would have hoped Trump let them out because they can't do nothing. They're in geriatric stage. NBA YoungBoy, I was a bit confused though. I was a bit confused.
What are you confused about? He was in jail for gun possession. Remember?
Yeah, he was. So, but he's back rapping about the same stuff though, ain't he?
You ain't wrong. I'm laughing because you're right.
I'm guessing, Hakeem Ronnie, what he calls him, Donald Trump, partner some of these rappers, I think he wants some type of street cred that, hey, the black people in the hood, I know they love me. Look what I'm doing. I'm pardoning these black people, and I think the black hood should love me and everything. I should get some type of street cred. That's what I think it is. But the Larry Hoover, that would never ever cross my mind that he would get pardoned like that, especially with Donald Trump. So, and Todd and Julie Christie, with their situation, I agree with that because for fraud and everything, you shouldn't go to jail for 11 to 12 years. At the minimum, you do 1 or 2. Period. So, but I'm glad for them that they got pardoned and everything. I just want to know if Trump's going to pardon so early. I want to know in the next 4 years how many other people he's going to pardon. I want to see what if Diddy gets guilty and he pardons Diddy.
That's what everybody's thinking. Everybody's thinking that. But no, for Jordan, everybody was really thinking that. Everybody was like, if Diddy gave it, they think Trump gonna pardon. I think he would too. I think he would, and then Trump was gonna come out here with a rampage.
If that happens, I wonder. I really wonder.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Moving along to other trending news. Jordan, what's going on with Andrew Tate and his brother?
Yes, he got some breaking news today. So Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate has been charged for trafficking and other bad crimes in the UK. Wow. They must got a trafficking type of thing going on in the UK. But go ahead. I mean, in Europe, period. But go ahead. I can't play the clip. And after that, we chop it up.
Government has charged Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan with rape and human trafficking, among other charges. The BBC reports the Crown Prosecution Service filed the charges after receiving new evidence against the far-right influencer brothers from a regional police station. Andrew Tate faces 10 charges connected to 3 alleged victims, while Tristan faces 11 charges connected to 1 alleged victim, on allegations dating back between 2012 and 2015, according to reports. The brothers have previously rejected the UK allegations, saying they are, quote, very innocent men. Despite also facing similar charges in their country of residence, Romania, the British-American brothers were allowed to return to the United States in February. At the time, Andrew said of the charges against them,
"We live in a democratic society where it's innocent until proven guilty, and I think my brother and I are largely misunderstood. There's a lot of opinions about us, a lot of things that go around about us on the internet. We've yet to be convicted of any crime in our lives ever."
Reports say they have since returned to Romania, where they face charges of sex with a minor and trafficking. They both deny the allegations. According to the BBC, those charges will be handled after the criminal cases are concluded in Romania. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara Montel.
Wow, so you telling me they both got charges in 2 different countries for paying precedent the same thing? So that's one. So they got Romania and then you got a UK. 1 + 1 = something. So go ahead, Rodney, man. What's your take on this?
Now the Tate brother are still saying they are being falsely accused. They don't believe anything that's going on when it comes to the aspect of the UK. They're gonna continue to fight this, but they have been charged. I think the Andrew has been charged with 10 different charges, and his brother another 10 different charges. So it doesn't look good for the Tate brothers, but they are confident that they still gonna overcome this trial and they're gonna come out big. But it doesn't look good for the Tates. And mind you, they came back to the U.S. They was going on tour, saying that they were very confident that they're going to become victorious on this sex trafficking trial over there in the U.K. But it doesn't look good over there in Romania for them. It looked like they're about to be done. Go right ahead, King.
I'm still a little bit conflicted about this stuff, because they said they've been charged with a bunch of this stuff. We still haven't seen no evidence. Like, where's the discovery? Like, when the case is going to come? They've been charged since the last couple of years, and they're bringing new charges for new evidence. And I'm wondering, like, this seems like it's a witch hunt for all red pillars. They want to make
it is. It is.
Yeah. Going with the Trump brothers, they're very hard red pill and everything, and I don't know, to get charged in 2 different states doing the same thing, it's just. I am innocent of proven guilty, but I don't know. I just feel like they it didn't work in Romania. Now they're trying to go to a different city and they try to do a little trafficking there and everything. They try to look around. I mean, I don't know. But anyways,
shout out to the lady that's in the building. Go right ahead, Jordan.
Yeah. I'm very interested of looking at what proofs the UK has and everything. As long as it has some type of pictures, voice recordings, also video, to see what they're doing this, then they should be guilty. But other than that, guilty until proven innocent. I mean, innocent until proven guilty. My bad.
Yeah, no, that was it. Doesn't look good for them, for the Tate brothers. No, but like I said, they're very calm. Remember, they did a tour when they came back. Remember, they were not allowed into the state of Florida. Remember, we talked about that with Ron DeSantis. They said they are not allowed to come into the state of Florida. So they went on different tours all over the country. When I mean the country, I mean the United States, stating that they were being falsely accused. But it doesn't look good over there in Romania for them. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, watching us all across the board, man. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in. And I got to get a lot of shout out to Bingo Live right now. We got like 80 people right now watching us right now on Bingo Live. And that's our first time going live over there. So we really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in, showing us a lot of love. Make sure y'all come over here and subscribe to Cal Culture Radio on the YouTube side. Jordan, what's going on with the final topic on today's show? Go right ahead, big dog.
Let's talk about Sharp and Chadwick Seagull and Nightclap. So yesterday they announced that when it comes to their tour they was gonna do, it has been postponed till next year.
Really?
Most of the reason why, because the lawsuit he still has is still pending and everything, and I'm pretty sure Shannon wants that make sure it's clean.
It was sold out too, right?
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
sold out tour.
Yeah, it was sold out tour, and I was planning on seeing them when it come to LA.
Yeah, I remember you were stating that. Wow.
Yeah, so with this lawsuit pending, they decided to move it next year. So go ahead, Akeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
But what about the people's money? Are they gonna? That's a good. Well, go ahead. I can play the clip. We're talking about it. That's crazy.
Before we get to the game, guys, I want to make an announcement. Guys, we've decided to postpone the Nightcap tour. We look forward to seeing you guys in summer of 2026. It's going to be even bigger, even better. But Ocho and I have come to the conclusion that this is the best thing as of right now, was to postpone the tour. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you in 2026. Some of you guys that have already got the tickets, you probably received the emails and further instructions. But I want to thank you for your support. Ocho and I want to thank you, and everybody at Nightcap want to thank you. But we've postponed the tour until 2026. Now, before we get to the game, guys, I want to make an announcement. Guys, we Nightcap tour. We look forward to seeing you guys in summer of 20.
I'm tripping.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Ronnie, man. You think it was the right move for Shannon Sharp to postpone it till next year?
This one's a tough one. I don't think he should have postponed the tour. I think he should have just waited. He should have waited out and see how everything was gonna play out, because of the situation with the allegations and the lawsuit, and then he might be able to go to trial. But normally trial takes about a year. I don't think it goes on that quickly. But I think they probably think his head is not in the game, or it seemed like, I don't know. I could be speculating, but it seemed like probably a lot of sponsorship left the tour that was supposed to be at the tour because of this false allegation on Shannon Sharp. But things not looking good for the Shark Master, man. Man, I wanted to go to the one in Miami, Jordan. So I don't know. Akeem, your take on this one. This is a tough
one. It's sad to see this thing going, but this is why I want people to look at him as an example, look at Puffy as an example, look at everybody. This cannot only happen to public figures. It could happen to regular guys who out in the streets who are part of a community. The way you handle yourself, what you involve in yourself, can negatively affect everything that goes around you. It doesn't have to be a major brand deal. It could be public opinion and about you. Optics is everything. So you talking to a girl, make sure she's in your age range. Make sure she's not doing something wrong. Make sure she's a quality person, because you can lose everything behind an encounter.
Yeah, absolutely. Hearing this news, I was with you, Ronnie. He was gonna come to LA in July, and I was there gonna get the ticket, but fortunately, I think Shannon Sharp, he's really focused on about this case. It's likely he's gonna keep it quiet as possible, and likely, I think he might do a settlement, between 10 and 15 mil. That's what I think he might do, but we'll see.
Wow.
I can see that, because I think he's gonna be something like that. And then yeah, man, and also I think Shannon Sharp is gonna maybe try to work to get the sponsors back, or get new sponsors and everything when it comes to his show and everything, because we saw he lost Boost Mobile and a few other sponsors as well. So I think, because of Shannon Sharp, he's going to try to be squeaky clean as possible and see if he can get other sponsors, to sponsor his show and everything, and probably work himself up again. Maybe not getting like $100 million deal, but maybe a $25-30 million deal. If Shannon Sharp himself, because his personal stuff, be squeaky clean. Nothing wrong with him when he's on, he's on First Take, when he's on Nightcap, or Club Shay Shay. He is awesome. He's a really, really great, interviewer, and also a great podcaster as well. So Shannon Sharp, hopefully you get it squeaky clean. So, and by next year, hopefully you get some sponsors back. And hopefully you get not $100 out there, but maybe a $50 or $25 million deal for your podcast.
Now, but shout out to Joe Don't Hurt Him. Blessed be upon you. He said the lesson is what you put out put out in this world, either good, either positive or negative, will come back to you, which is also fact. Go ahead.
And let's keep thinking. You said this. Jordan is an example. I've said this. If you get married, you won't be in this mess. If you follow God's will, you won't be in this mess.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to everybody watching us all across the board. Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Shout out to those right now watching us on Rumble, and also, as I keep saying, Rumble, and also, shout out to those right now watching us on TikTok, and also Bingo Live. Thank you guys so much for being here. Shout out to the lovely Sherry Bynes is in the building. She said, hi, Sherry, where you been at? Where have you been? Thank you so much for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. Shout out to Joe. Yes, she's in the building.
Sherry, where you been at, baby?
I just said that. Shout out to Joe Don't Hurt Him. Shout out to Joe Don't Hurt Him. Blessed be upon you. Shout out to No Chaser. That's also in the building. Abby Bodie, who's also in the building. Shout out to Mimi, co-host of the Shiesty Avenger, who is also in the building. Shout out to Luna, and also Lily was also watching us on TikTok. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Those people I'm familiar with. And everybody, I want to get a shout out to those right now watching on TikTok. We had a lot of people watching us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Shout out to those watching us on Instagram. I cannot see the Instagram, guys, so you got to forgive me. For those who's watching us on Instagram, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Bingo Live, shout out to, thank you guys so much for that.
Let's go.
Watching us, man. Everybody saying, let's go. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We had a lot of people watching us right now on Bingo Live. Thank you guys so much. And guys, make sure y'all go and subscribe to KL Culture Radio on the YouTube side. See my t-shirt. Go and subscribe. Let's build it up. Let's build it up. Let's make us the biggest thing on the planet. So y'all can come and watch any trending news. Guys, so very important. You go to KL Culture Radio description. In the description where you'll find the KL Culture Radio store, where we have the KL Culture Radio gear. Like the t-shirt I have on, me and Jordan got on, the KL Culture Radio hats, and also the KL Culture Radio coffee mug and sweater. It's all in the description. So guys, go ahead, check out the merch. It's a lot of good stuff over there in the KL Culture Radio store. It's in the description. So guys, for you guys watching us right now on TikTok and also Bingo Live, you gotta make your way over there to KL Culture Radio on YouTube, where you can find the KL Culture Radio store. Not only that, guys, make sure you go to KL Culture Radio Community tab. In the Community tab, where you can find important information when it comes to aspect of any current events where we caption the show. We may not be able to go live, but you could be able to go and check us out over there on the KL Culture Radio Community tab. And also where you can find Prince Hakeem book, new book, Raising King Hakeem. I read the first chapter of the book. That book is deep. Talk about social programming within the community. It's really, really good, guys. It's a great, great read. I read that book, on the plane, and I think it's a really, really good read. You were talking about social programming, how it affected the young youth. It starts from the adolescents when they're kids. That's where it starts from. So guys, you gotta get that. Raising Kings. It is a really, really good read, and also his other book, Black Love, too. It was also a good read too. So the first chapter of the book. The first chapter of the book, he talk about effective communication. See, I can't read the book. Effective communication. So you guys go over there, learn how you get have a deep communication with your spouse, your loved one, and even your family member. It actually is a really, really good read. And not only that, but guys, make sure y'all also go and check out his new song that's out now. His album that's out now. Go ahead. It's a QR code in the back of it. It leads you guys straight up to the album. So y'all go ahead and check it out. His music video about to drop really soon. We will show that here on the KL Culture Radio side. So guys, always so very important for you guys to subscribe to KL Culture Radio on the YouTube side so y'all can see it when it first drops. Of course, we'll chop it up. We'll play it all over the board, but still, if y'all want to see the first premiere, come on the KL Culture Radio on the YouTube side. Like always, thank you guys so much for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. We won't be going live tomorrow, but we will be going live on Friday. Like always, we over and out. Enjoy your lovely Wednesday evening. We are out.
Please. And shout outs to Sherry Bryan for getting back to school.
Yeah, shout out to Sherry Bryan. Yes. PhD me. Peace.